I've been having fun cutting and engraving with this. I just got done making this little cute baby chair, and I've been practicing on cardboard, just getting used to this and getting used to the software. There's a couple of things that are new to me. I actually have a few laser engravers, but this is the smallest one I have. And with this in the manual, it showed the software, I think LightScribe, which is the one that everyone uses, and then LaserGRBL, which is the one that I've used in the past. It's open source and free. And then they recommend CutLabX, which I've never used before, but it's really user-friendly. This was sent to me so I could try it out. This is a sponsored video. Rather than saying how much I do or don't like this, I want to try to kind of go over the features and show you how this works so you can decide for yourself if you think this would be a good fit for you. The main thing that I think you should be aware of in comparison with other laser engravers is obviously this is quite small, and this is also quite low powered compared to other laser engravers. So what that means as far as size goes, it's actually kind of nice. I really enjoyed setting this up because I didn't have to do anything. It came set up. The only thing I really had to do was put the laser on top and put the plug in. And I guess I had to put these two plugs in as well. That was it. It comes pre-assembled, so compared to other laser engravers that I have, this was super easy to set up. And I also really like that it's small because I'm fairly limited with space, so having a smaller laser engraver is really kind of nice. Now, it doesn't come with this honeycomb or anything to put underneath, so you do need to be aware of that. You'll need to find something that you can put underneath it. And as far as it being lower powered, realistically what that means is for cutting through wood, it just needs to make more passes. The settings that I found for a 3mm piece of wood is if I do 300 millimeters per minute and do 4 passes, it will cut through the wood. And then just because I like to practice or do things on cardboard, it took 3 passes to cut through the cardboard. Now, I do want to talk about this CutLabX software real quick for a bit, just because I had not heard of it before. When you install it, it does ask you to create an account and then sign in, and then once you sign in, it has kind of a library of things that you can either use for free or you can purchase. In fact, it makes you purchase everything even if it's $0, but you don't need a credit card or anything. You just press a button to purchase $0 and then you can use it right away. And if you're more used to uploading your own files, you can still do that in the software here. I found this software to be very user-friendly. It's easy to figure out. You just press a button to use the image that you want, and then it has different layers. It has a line layer for cutting and then a fill layer for etching. And when you select a layer, you can specify how fast you want it to go, what power, how many passes, all of that stuff. And you can even turn off a layer. So if you decide you don't want to cut and you don't want the layer, you can just uncheck that, and it's as simple as that. The things I have here, these are some of the things that the software has for free. So I got like this baby Groot, printed Doctor Strange, and then I also printed this chair out of cardboard to assemble. Everything worked out great once I figured out what the settings were, once I figured out how many passes I needed to cut for cardboard or for wood. The laser engraver does have a mode where you can print offline with a TF card. If you decide to do that, you have to set things up on a different computer, move the file onto the TF card, and then if I remember correctly, you press once to select TF card and then you press and hold. And you can only do one file at a time because it only does the file that's on the card. And on the Amazon description, it does say Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure that this does not have Wi-Fi. If it does, I haven't found out how to connect via Wi-Fi. And the only other thing that I would say you need to be aware of as far as focusing the laser goes, in LaserGRBL they have an option to press a button and it will show the laser so you can focus it. On CutLabX, there, as far as I know, is no option to do that. But what I found with this is whatever surface I'm etching on, I will just move it down as low as I can and then move it up about 1 or 2 millimeters from the surface of whatever I'm etching, and that's been working great. It's been a lot of fun to use it. I think this is actually a really good beginner option. If you are in a situation where you think you want a laser engraver, but you don't want to spend a lot of money on getting a really nice or powerful one, you just kind of want to play around a bit, this is a good inexpensive option that does everything that you need it to do. You just have to wait a little bit longer for it to make more passes to do the cuts because it's lower powered and you can't do anything really big. But this will give you a good idea if you want to get something bigger in the future or not.